Something is wrong with Iceland. Not politically, not socially, physically. The ground there moves, cracks open without warning, glows from beneath, breathes steam into freezing air like something enormous is sleeping just below the surface. And 370,000 people have chosen to live on top of it. The question isn't why Iceland is dangerous. The question is, why does it feel like the Earth is trying to finish something? Most of us never think about the ground beneath our feet. We trust it the way we trust our heartbeat, automatically, completely, without ever deciding to. We build our lives on the assumption that the land is permanent, that it was here before us, that it will be here long after. Iceland quietly dismantles that assumption, not through disaster, not through catastrophe, through something slower and more unsettling than either of those things, through the simple, undeniable reality that the ground here is not finished, that the island you are standing on did not exist in its current form 1,000 years ago, that it will not exist in its current form 1,000 years from now, and the most disturbing part, it's changing right now, this second. While you watch this, picture the Reykjanes Peninsula on a morning in early winter. No tourists yet, no sound except wind. The sky is the color of old iron, heavy, low, pressing down, and the land beneath it is wrong in a way that takes a moment to identify. The ground is cracked, not randomly, the way dry earth cracks in drought, deliberately, in long, clean fractures that run for kilometers as if something below drew a line and then pulled. Steam rises from the cracks, slowly at first, then in thick, billowing columns that catch the wind and disappear. The smell reaches you before the heat does. Sulfur, mineral, ancient, a smell that has no comparison because nothing else on earth smells quite like the earth opening. You step closer. The ground is warm through the soles of your boots. You look down into one of the fissures. It goes dark almost immediately. You cannot see the bottom. There isn't one. Not really. Not one that would comfort you. Rivers run here that you cannot put your hand into. Not because they are fast or cold or chemically contaminated. Because they are boiling, actual boiling, rolling, churning, 100-degree water moving through open landscapes under an open sky as casually as any other river on Earth. The banks are stained ochre and rust and a deep, almost violent orange, colors that have no business being in nature, and yet here they are, painted by minerals dragged upward from depths where pressure turns rock into something closer to liquid. And beneath all of it, beneath the steam and the cracked earth and the boiling rivers and the orange soil, the magma sits, patient, pressurized, close, much closer than you've been conditioned to imagine. In most places on Earth, magma lies 30 to 50 kilometers beneath the surface, unreachable, abstract, a geological fact that exists in textbooks and nowhere else in daily life. In Iceland, it sits between 3 and 10 kilometers down. 3 kilometers, in some places less. The distance between a small Icelandic town and liquid rock is shorter than a marathon. Here is why. The Earth's crust is not one continuous shell. It is fractured, broken into massive tectonic plates that shift, grind, and pull against each other across timescales that make human civilization look like a brief, flickering light. Iceland sits precisely on top of where 2 of these plates are tearing apart. The North American plate on one side, the Eurasian plate on the other, separating at roughly 2.5 centimeters per year. Not fast by any measure, barely perceptible, but relentless. And as the gap between them widens, something has to fill it, so the Earth fills it. Magma rises through the rift, cools, solidifies, becomes new land, and the process begins again. Iceland is not sitting on the Earth. Iceland is being produced by it, squeezed upward layer by layer from a wound in the ocean floor that has been open for millions of years and shows absolutely no sign of closing. Stand in the valley of Thingvellir and you can see the rift with your own eyes. A canyon growing wider every year, measurable, documented. You can place 1 foot on the North American plate and 1 foot on the Eurasian plate and feel for just a moment the particular vertigo of standing on something that is actively, presently, in the process of becoming. Most people take a photograph and move on. Very few stop to absorb what they are actually looking at. But the slow process has a violent twin. In March of 2021, the Reykjanes Peninsula, silent for 800 years, woke up. Lava broke through the surface without a single dramatic explosion. No warning sirens. No towering ash cloud, just a quiet, inevitable split in the ground, and then light. Orange and slow and unstoppable. It did not stop. Through 2022, through 2023, into 2024, eruptions continued on the same peninsula, each one slightly different, each one carving new geography across land that had been stable for nearly a millennium. The town of Grindavik became a name people said quietly. 4,000 residents evacuated in November 2023 as the ground beneath the town began to fracture from below. They came back, left again, watched lava consume roads at the edge of their neighborhood, watched it move toward homes. Some of those homes are gone now, replaced by something that won't appear on any map for years. New land, cooling slowly, still too hot to walk on. A street that exists nowhere except in memory and in rock. And the people of Grindavik, they want to go back. This is the part that requires sitting with, not the eruptions, not the geology, not the statistics, the psychology. What is it like to know, not fear, not suspect, but genuinely know that the ground beneath your home is temporary, that the landscape visible from your window is not a backdrop, but a participant, that the mountain you've looked at your whole life is classified, monitored, assigned a color-coded threat level that changes without notice. Icelanders don't speak about this the way outsiders expect them to. There is no fatalism in it, no bravado, no forced acceptance. What there is instead is something that takes a moment to name correctly: intimacy, an intimacy with the planet that most of the world has lost entirely because we have built our cities in stable places on ancient rock, behind seawalls, and on reinforced ground. And in doing so, we have created the very convincing illusion that the Earth is a static thing, a stage, a backdrop. Iceland strips that illusion away without apology. The Earth is not a stage. It is a living system, slow, vast, indifferent to human timelines, but not separate from them. And in Iceland, that system is visible, palpable. It pushes heat through the pipes of your home. It lights the sky above your coastline. It takes your road and replaces it with rock. It asks something of you living there, a particular kind of presence, a particular kind of humility, not submission, presence. 90% of Icelandic homes are heated by the same geothermal force that periodically disrupts their roads and swallows their coastline. The very thing that makes Iceland volatile is also what makes it livable, even by some measures among the most sustainable places on Earth. The danger and the gift arrive from the same source, through the same process, without distinction. There is no separating them. That is not a metaphor. That is the actual geological reality of the place. And there is something in that, something that resists easy articulation, that feels important, like a truth that applies far beyond Iceland, that the forces which unsettle us and the forces which sustain us are sometimes the same force. That stability and aliveness are not the same thing, and choosing one often means surrendering the other. Iceland is not a dangerous country. It is an honest one. It will not pretend the ground is permanent. It will not reassure you that the mountain is decorative. It will not let you forget, not even for a single quiet morning, that you are standing on a planet that is still in the process of figuring itself out. The rest of the world has made peace with forgetting that. Iceland simply never could. And somewhere in that refusal, in the steam and the fractures and the slow orange light of lava moving at the pace of a slow walk through a town that trusted the ground, somewhere in all of that is something that feels less like danger and more like truth. The Earth is not finished. It never was. We just stopped paying attention. Some places exist to be visited. Others exist to be felt in the chest, somewhere behind the certainty you didn't know you were carrying. If you're the kind of person who feels something when the ground moves beneath a sentence, you already know where to find the next one. This is Unseen Countries, and we're just getting started.